Dak Prescott's diced him up now twice. And these turnovers and drop passes in this game were just such a difference maker for Philly. You had Jalen Hurts fumble on the 20-yard line on the first drive. You had A.J. Brown drop a ball at the 4-yard line on the second drive of the game. That was huge. That really could have put Philly in position. A.J. Brown then turned around and fumbled on the first drive of the second half. Devontae Smith drops a touchdown in the third quarter. Devontae Smith fumbles in the fourth quarter at the 10-yard line. You just can't beat anybody in the NFL playing like that. Now, I will give credit to the Eagles. I love the fake punt to set up a potential touchdown drive, but not, of course, there was no dice after the drop by A.J. Brown. It just turned into a field goal. Now, A.J. Brown did have another nice grab up the sideline in this game that ended up in a field goal as well. And just simply put, Philadelphia could not finish the job against Dallas in this game. They couldn't. Dallas outcoached them. Dallas outplayed them. They pushed them around. Dak Prescott outplayed Jalen Hurts, and Dallas was just the superior team in this game, and they did not let anything get going for Philadelphia. Two field goals. Two field goals. Shout out to Fletcher Cox and Jalen Carter for coming up with the strip sack on Dak Prescott to give them those 7 points. But the offense did not score a touchdown in this game. Secondary was carved up all night by Dak Prescott. Dak made plays left and right. Two field goals. Two field goals for these Philadelphia Eagles, man. And like I said, I'm worried. I'm worried. Now they're 10-3. The secondary is not performing well. They've got a good bit of issues going on with this football team. All three of the turnovers happened in Cowboys territory while they were driving down the field to be able to score. The Eagles touchdown, again, the only one of the game is defensively. The 3 turnovers were the most for the Eagles in a game since week 6, and now the Cowboys are sitting atop the NFC with the San Francisco 49ers. Both of those teams absolutely demolishing the Eagles 42-19 in the week before, now 33-13 here with the Cowboys. And, the Niners destroyed them. The Cowboys whopped the Eagles, but the Niners have blown out the Cowboys. So by default, common opponents, you're going to put your San Francisco 49ers at the top. But Dak Prescott is playing at a very, very high level right now. 22 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Now, given Washington, Carolina, New York, Giants, and the Rams are 4 of those 7 last games that he's played, but still, his last 7 games, 22 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Dak has 28 touchdowns and 6 picks on the year. 69% completion, 3,500 yards, and a 107 passer rating. Again, I know it's the Commanders, the Panthers, the Giants, and the Rams in 4 of those 7 games, but still, Dak Prescott has played his life out in this season. It's the best year he's had as a quarterback. He's in the MVP conversation, rightfully so. And I think Dak Prescott will have a really good chance to win it. I think Tyreek Hill would have to fumble the bag over last month of the season. I think it's Tyreek Hill's award to take home. But Dak Prescott playing the way that he is, it's honestly remarkable. He's making big throws. He's very accurate. He's controlling the offense. And I don't think I've ever seen Dak Prescott play at this type of level in his NFL career. Cowboys put up nearly 400 yards of offense. They went 9 of 16 on third down against the Eagles. If you don't count the kneel downs, Dallas scored on 7 of their 9 possessions on the night. And, I'll still give credit to the Eagles. They've still went 10-1 in back-to-back seasons. They've still won 4 of their 6 toughest games down the stretch while having a new offensive and defensive coordinator and having the league's hardest schedule after having the league's toughest schedule last year. I've got them winning 3 of their last 4. They might lose to Seattle, but this secondary is very, very porous, and they've got through that tough stretch of their schedule, and I think the Eagles could be in a good position by the time they step into the playoffs, barring they can fix some of these things that have been hampering them over the last month or so. The 49ers blowing out the Eagles showed the Cowboys exactly how to do it. Get your playmakers in space. The Eagles aren't very great on the edge when it comes to speed plays. We saw some of those end arounds. We saw some of those screen passes. We saw some of those, run plays that are around the edge that the Eagles just couldn't get around there, seal the edge, and stop the backer or the receiver, the player from picking up what was originally 6 or 7 yards, turning into 15 to 17 yards. And the Cowboys realized that. Get your ball to your playmakers in space and let them do the rest. Get their secondary on their heels and just have them kind of reeling all night, which isn't very hard. And you've got the Eagles in a position to actually beat them. When you look at the Eagles right now, the things that are actually hampering them, you look at their 5 weaknesses on this team right now: turnovers, pass rush, and pass protection. So just your trenches overall. If you can't get to the quarterback or protect yours, you're not going to win a lot of football games in this league. Third down defense hasn't been too great lately. And their playmakers just aren't making very many plays. Their stars are not playing like stars. Their great players are not playing great. A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith fumbling and dropping passes in this game. Jalen Hurts fumbling and turning the ball over. your three best players right there, arguably. Of course, we've got DeAndre Swift that gets in the mix as well. They're just not playing well. They're not playing complementary football. And that is a recipe to not be solid in this league. And it's happening right now as we speak about it on the show with the Philadelphia Eagles. It's the fifth consecutive game the Eagles have trailed by double digits at some point, and that just shows you that the Eagles have a lot to clean up. I'm glad that the Eagles are going through this part of the season, though, and really just overall as this kind of era and part of the franchise. Y'all know I'm a big Jalen Hurts fan. Nick Sirianni's done a hell of a job, and I think the Eagles are one of the best teams in the NFL. I still do. Even after two back-to-back blowout losses. Now, yes, does it put them down in the rankings? Yes, does it make you worry about them? Duh. Why wouldn't you worry about them when they started 10-1? Now they're 10-3, in danger of losing three in a row like the Niners did. But they're going to have to grow through this. Jalen Hurts has an immaculate record in his first 30 starts of the league. Jalen Hurts has played very well since he's been named the main starter of the Philadelphia Eagles. But you got to go through this adversity. You have to struggle some. You have to get punched in the mouth a time or two in this league in order to go further and punch others in the mouth in the postseason in this league.